Hey everybody, it's Aunt Bibi. Today is Saturday, January 26th, 2019. And today I have a very special guest. His name is Abdul Hussain, and he lives in the UK. And I got to know him on Twitter, I guess. Yeah, through Scott and Creighton, the Church Dog 42 channel.
Yeah, sure, exactly.
Yeah, so we have that shared connection. So, Abdul, why don't you just talk about yourself and I can ask you questions and we'll go from there. Hi, Abdul. Abdul Hussain, or is it just Abdul? What is
Okay.
I call you
Yeah,
Haji.
cool now.
I like Haji. I've been calling you Haji. I like to call you Haji because you told me you've been to the Hajj, the pilgrimage, the annual pilgrimage to Mecca. Anyway.
Yeah, I've been there in 2008.
Ah.
It's been quite a while since I went to Saudi Arabia. So, I actually enjoyed it. It was a bit nerve-wracking because, like I said, I get homesick quite easily.
Oh, really?
But I actually enjoyed it.
Uh-huh. How long were you there? How long were you there? And how long is the Hajj?
The Hajj is around... The Hajj, I believe it takes around 1 or 2 weeks to actually do the whole process.
The whole circuit,
but
yeah.
I was actually there for 4 weeks for additional reasons like sightseeing and stuff like that. Because I went to Mecca and Medina.
Yeah. So you were, okay.
So the sights there, basically.
Yeah, so you would have been, well, I think you kind of told me how old you're around 30 or something like that. Is that right? Or am I wrong? I might have you confused with someone else. How old are you? How old are you, roughly?
Could you say that again, please? The internet's cracking up.
Oh, I'm sorry. So how old are you?
Yeah, it's starting to crack up now.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. Damn it.
I'm 29 now.
You're 29. Okay.
So, yeah. Unfortunately,
you haven't hit 30 yet. Can you hear me okay now? How is the sound? It's okay?
I can hear you okay now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
I actually try and sort things out on my side as well, just to see if the connection improves.
Yeah.
But yeah, you asked me about my age. I'm actually 29, approaching 30 in a few months.
Oh, this year. Okay.
Yeah.
And let's see.
I actually did Hajj around when I was 1989. Well, it was literally 19.
19, okay.
Yeah. So I did it in my teens.
Yeah. I bet that was interesting.
Interesting and shocking.
So 10 years ago then, or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was 20, yeah, you said 2008, sorry.
2008, yeah.
So, so tell me about your family. I know you're from, your family comes from Bangladesh originally.
Yeah.
Was it your parents who?
Yeah, my parents.
Moved to the UK. Okay. Yeah. And, what else? I'm trying to remember what else you told me about yourself. Oh, your mother. Are you the youngest? I can't remember now.
I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest? You are the youngest.
Yeah, youngest out of 6 people.
Out of 6. 6 kids. You're the youngest of 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And I'm the youngest too, the youngest of 4. Yeah. And your mother, she was at least 40 years old, wasn't she, when she had you?
No.
No.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she was in...
She was. But now she's very old now.
Well, my mother was born when my grandmother was 47.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. My mother was the youngest too. So she was the last, she was one of 3. And my grandmother had her first baby when she was 41. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so we're both
some people,
youngest.
Some people think about parenthood at older age.
Yeah. Anyway, I keep forgetting there's going to be a bit of a delay because I'm on the west coast of Canada.
Yeah.
Just north. And you're in the UK. So there's 8 hours. I have the time difference. Is it 8 hours difference? Yeah, because yeah.
I believe so. Let's check it.
But so what is 10:30 there, right? Or so now? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
10:30.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is your hot Saturday night date with me. and Abdul Hussain, my husband isn't here. We're alone. Except for the viewers. Okay, so, and I know you're okay. The reason Scott and I really appreciate you, well, a number of reasons, is you're very good at tech, and you've been able to find a lot of Scott's lost pages from his old website, NomadicEveryman website, that are archived, right? You find them in the archives?
Yeah. That's the v.gd/cdog short URL. I've been trying to archive most of his pages. Yes. But I've stopped at Ajahn Baraka because I couldn't find any articles under that category. So I kind of stopped for a little while, but I intend to back up those pages once again. Mm-hmm. So I was actually writing my articles as well. And which last one I wrote was for the Press TV anchor. Marzieh Hashemi.
Right. Yeah, I forgot about that. I should have brought up, okay. Yeah, let me just show, I forgot about your website. So anyway, I'm showing people your Twitter page, your official Twitter page. I know you have a backup one, but this is your main one. And I'm going to put the links in the show notes of this video. For people to follow you, because you have a lot of good stuff. You have quite a mix of stuff. Like you follow European soccer, football, footy, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. A lot of tech stuff, but a lot of good political stuff too. Yeah. And then I'm showing your Facebook page now. With your Facebook page, I've got up. So you go by your you have a nickname, Sir Abdul Karim who. Yeah. And then you also have a YouTube channel that's video gaming.
Yeah, it's literally just video games and showing.
Yeah, and I have subscribed to that, but I have to confess I haven't really watched it very much because I'm new to video games, and I started watching Scott's, and his commentary as he plays is funny.
Yeah, it is. It's really funny.
but I don't really know that much about video games, and I'm thinking about starting to play, but I'm not in a big hurry, and I have to look into. I don't have the equipment, so that's part of the problem. Yeah. But I forgot about your website. Shoot, I want to bring that up. So what is it?
My WordPress page.
Is it WordPress?
Absolutely official. It's absolutely official. My Twitter alias. ABZ.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, because my system, it remembers sites that I've been on. Yeah, here we go. I got it up here. Okay, I'll put this link in the notes too. Yeah, I forgot about your WordPress.
That's all right.
You don't do a lot of writing though, right? You occasionally post something there.
Yeah, I occasionally post something.
Yeah. And so actually, I'm really glad that you wrote something about Marzieh Hashemi. People are not talking about this enough.
They're not talking about it, and they're also not talking about the Venezuelan disaster that's been going on with Nicolas Maduro.
Yeah. I think, and not enough people are talking about the yellow vests either. I think
that's the one.
There are probably more people talking about the yellow vests, but not enough.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of silence about those three topics, and they're very important now. And I think we share that belief. Yeah. So, but you have a unique perspective too, because you are a Muslim, and I think you're you're devout, right? Am I right about that?
I try my best.
You try to be, yeah.
I'm going to be honest, I try my best, but there are times where I do struggle.
Yeah. And what I like about you is you're very religious, but you also have a potty mouth. That's what I like. I like that combination, religion and potty mouth.
And I'm just used to being politically incorrect. So
it's good.
That's how.
That's kind of unique, I think, the potty mouth and religion thing.
Yeah, it is in kind of way.
Because you will call people a waste of semen. God. And I use a lot of the things you say now. And what is you'll say sweet fancy Moses or something like that?
Yeah.
Is that right? Did I get it? Sweet fancy Moses?
Yeah, that's from Seinfeld show.
So I don't know, for you, are you kind of in the UK as a Muslim and from Bangladesh? Are you kind of like othered, like you're the other there, or do you feel that?
I don't really feel that, no. Okay. Especially where I live.
Yeah.
Because it has become because it's become more of a multicultural area.
Yeah.
You actually feel like you're welcomed.
Yeah. Okay.
So don't really have much of a problem there.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah. But you have a very so the thing about what's going on now, I think things really have gotten toxic, especially since 9/11.
It has.
Yeah, and the whole demonization of Islam and Muslims is
that unfortunately still exists.
Yes.
There's also the other kind of demonization, especially against white people in general.
Yeah, that's started now too.
I've noticed that quite a lot now. It's like you're demonizing one ethnicity for things that the majority haven't done.
Yeah.
And it's kind of that in that regard, it has gone worse.
Smearing on a whole race when it's really just the upper 1% or 1/10 of 1%. Yeah, because when I went to the Women's March in the Pentagon, after I realized there was a problem with that bunch because I was hearing a lot of the pussy hat, the Women's March jargon about identity politics, and a lady. Another white lady, when I told her I don't vote anymore, she said that I suffer from white privilege. Like, what? And that shocked me. Yeah, she said it in a very nasty way too. Like just because I don't vote, I don't care about minorities. Okay. And how can I be privileged?
That's really bizarre.
And how can I be?
I've got all these words.
Yeah. How can I be privileged when I'm not in those upper echelons? So
exactly. It's really stupid. And that's the only thing identity politics does to people. Just makes people become stupid.
Yeah.
They start saying stupid things. Although everyone's gone down that path once, but if you ask me, if you're going to be stupid, at least learn from your own stupidity.
At least
that's the motto I live by.
I didn't catch that. Sorry.
If you're going to be stupid, at least learn from your own stupidity so that you don't make those mistakes later on.
Yeah, like everybody screws up. I screw up, but I think more than a lot of people, I'm able to learn from mistakes. I've had a lot of mistaken beliefs in the past, but especially since 2016, I've really changed the way I see things Very radically. Yeah. Very radically, yeah.
Because like UK, I think he joined the Green Party, if I recall correctly, and he had problems with that as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the Green Party. Well, in Canada, I had heard this before. There were people. There's a left-wing party called the New Democratic Party, and they don't like the Green Party because the Green Party has taken a lot of their support away. But also, I didn't realize that a lot of the Green figures in the Green Party and members originally came from the Conservative Party.
Okay.
So these are people who are conservative, and they are they believe in corporations. That corporation, they do believe that corporations have done bad things, but they think the solution is for other corporations to clean up that mess. So they're very much in that corporate frame of mind, the Green Party here in Canada. Yeah.
That's right.
And the leader of the party here is friends with Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's weird.
I think it's Elizabeth May.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you've learned because I post enough crap about her.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Better look for the best, I say.
I remember when 9/11 happened, and I'm glad my reaction at the time, and I went to some ceremony right after that, and I was living in northwestern British Columbia at the time.
Yeah.
So they had a little local ceremony, and there was a reporter there, and she was asking people there about their opinion about what had happened. And I'm really glad that I said this. My instant reaction, I said that Muslims would be scapegoated for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad I said that, and that's exactly right. That's what's happened.
Yeah.
And we both know this, and there are a lot of 9/11 truthers who think, oh, it was the Saudis who did it, but the government let them do it, and that's not the case. No, it was all an inside job.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So
these start getting more technical things, but that gets really messy. That'll trigger some people off.
Yeah.
Don't mention that, otherwise you'll be called a whack job.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because I've been fighting with someone on Twitter about that.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. So it's kind of sad that the politics now, they're trying to divide people as much as possible.
Yeah.
And when they can't divide people one way, they find another way. I don't know. It's never ending. And I think I like about what, the way you see things and I see things is people are people and we have to unite. Yeah. Most people have the same concerns, and it's not about ordinary people or not. They shouldn't be fighting each other. Regular people. No. It's about... Well, it's not heaven. I'm not pointing at heaven. I'm talking about the leaders and corporate control of the leaders.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's literally just like the ruling class trying to make us fight all each other.
Yeah.
We should be fighting against all of that, all those kinds of evil, if you ask me.
Yeah. And it's the same thing going on around the world. It really doesn't matter what country you're in, more or less. Yeah, same problems, I think.
And in some cases, you can be screwed either way. It's like trying to find the best solution possible from places like Venezuela or Syria, for instance.
Yeah. So I don't know. Let's see.
Well, I could talk more about background.
Yeah, well, actually, I wanted you to talk more about that earlier, but we got sidetracked.
That's fine.
So, I leave it up to you what you want to say about yourself. Because I did ask you a few things. You don't want everything out there.
I'm sidetracked as well, but that's how
Are you single?
talk about something, then I got off topic. I was like, oh, what are we supposed to talk about again? Yeah. I might as well talk about myself now for a bit then.
Yeah, please do.
My background is literally all this political stuff started around 2008, when it's actually starting to look into inside jobs and what's actually who's actually ruining the world and stuff like that. But it's a very slow process, and during the time I was literally in education, so most of my political focus wasn't literally there.
Yeah,
it was like bits and bobs.
Sure.
But after 2010, 2011, I started looking into it a bit more, and it's quite difficult, to be honest with you, because you still think that you're learning the right things, but when you realise that some of the people who actually communicate certain tidbits of truth turn out to be liars or limited hangout people, it just give it a shock to the system, so to speak.
Yeah.
But in 2014, 2015, I started finding a few Twitter accounts who are dedicated to political truths, like Chris Rulon and Ben Lowman. So I actually found Scott Creighton and Scott Creighton.
Creighton. The Creighton. I know. Well, I pronounced it. Well, I didn't even do that. I pronounced it first Creighton. I was saying Creighton, but at least I didn't call him a cretin or Creighton.
I butchered that proper. So I found Scott Creighton.
There you go again, damn it.
I found Scott through Chris Rulon. And then that's how all that started off. Then I started looking into his articles. And then from there, I just took on board what everyone said on there and started doing more research from there. But it wasn't that easy, I'll tell you that for a fact.
Yeah.
I still find it difficult at times, because when you find two contradictory pieces of information, it can confuse you.
Yes.
Even if you try and dig deep into who the real perpetrators of particular event are and so on and so forth, what the motives are, especially when it comes to installed leaders and stuff like that.
Yeah. So you started reading Scott's stuff. Well, 2015, 2016? Is that what you said? Yeah.
Yeah.
And were you, let's see, his old channel wasn't really around that long. Was it a year?
Was it?
No, I think he only started maybe 2016, maybe? Is that right?
2017? I'm pretty sure it was 2017. Because when I read his...
Oh, yeah, 2017. That's right. Sorry. Yeah, 2017. Yeah. Right.
When I read his articles from back in the day, is that I'm going to get YouTube. I'm going to get equipment for YouTube.
Yeah.
So still planning about that. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. So
you just ate.
Just watching in time.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Pardon?
Sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted. The time delay.
Sorry about that. When I read his older articles from 2014, 2015, I believe he actually said that he's going to get equipment for YouTube.
Ah, I see. I see.
So it's literally around he was actually planning to sort of set up a YouTube account for videos, but I didn't think he had the equipment or the finances sorted out at the time. So that's why it took so long for him.
Yeah, so he didn't really have the old channel around that long. Before, a year or so maybe. And then they purged it.
They purged him.
Yeah. Wow.
And his WordPress.
Yeah, that was in August, last year in August, because I remember that. And actually, I never watched his old channel, and I didn't become familiar with him until late March of last year.
Yeah.
And that was purely, I didn't know anything about his website, and maybe I was on Twitter, but I wasn't familiar with him at all. And it was purely by accident that I found Scott's channel. So I'd watched a James Corbett video where he criticized Sibel Edmonds for her smearing of Ava Bartlett and Vanessa Beeley over Syria. And because of the algorithms, I guess, on YouTube, so they recommended Scott's video on the same topic, and in response to James Corbett's video. So I watched it, and it's like, wow, this guy's really good. So that got me hooked. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to give him credit for that. He's very thorough in his analysis and research of what he does.
And he's got good instincts, too, and he knows where to look. Yeah, he knows where to look. And, so yeah, I was really glad I found his channel because, you know, after the 2016 election, I was really demoralized with everything. And so it seemed like there were very few voices on the left that I really had a good handle on what was going on. And I will have to admit that I was kind of like, I was very disenchanted with the left, or what I was hearing on the left. And I was kind of lost there politically. And then when I listened to Scott, I thought, okay, good. There is a real left still around.
A sane left, I should say.
Yeah.
A real sane left.
And I think they were deliberately trying to, when I think about it, I think they were deliberately trying to smear the whole left and make people confused politically.
Yeah.
I think that was deliberate. I think that's part of this, what Scott talks about, the move, trying to shift everybody to the right.
Yeah, trying to move everybody to the right.
Yeah.
And he talks about everyone trying to go for a centrist position.
Yeah.
So centrist corporate position.
Yeah. So they don't want you to be on the left. They don't want you to say that you're on the left. And they smear the left, even though what they're really talking about is the fake left, which are really centrists. They're not even on the left. They're centrists.
Yeah.
Yeah. So supposedly the left is at the center. I'm going, no, that's crazy.
Stop demonizing populism and socialism, which is really stupid as well. Right, fucking socialists ruin everything. Fucking populists ruin everything.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they really, and with Venezuela, they're really smearing socialism, even though there is no pure socialism. Everything's a mix. But it's just that you got to have the right mix so that the people are supported with enough social programs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they always act like Venezuela is a purely socialist system, and it's not. It's not. They just the government is looking after the interests of the people. That's the priority. That's the priority.
When you start, it's just messy with what's going on.
Yeah.
And been seeing the Twitter feed and stuff. Everyone's having widely different opinions of Venezuela. Someone's saying that Venezuela has problems, but obviously the US or any other imperial forces shouldn't be colluding or engaging in militaristic action.
Yeah.
And someone was saying, "Oh, damn it, Maduro's just really, really bad. We shouldn't have him at all." But me personally, no, I think you shouldn't be forcing regime change at all in that sort of way. Like, like the coup that happened when Hugo Chavez was in power.
Yeah, they tried. Yeah, there was a coup attempt against him, I guess. Yeah.
To be honest, nah, I can't endorse violent overthrowing attempts like that at all.
Well, it seems, though, that a lot of people are not aware of the campaign to undermine the Maduro government. They're not aware of that. they think that all the problems are because of the Maduro government, and they don't realize that big business is trying to and they blame the shortages on Maduro, and his government is not to blame for the shortages.
Because there are sanctions going on as well in Venezuela as well. Economic assassination.
Yeah. But people they think it's, so they don't realize, they say, when a lot of people say, oh, leave Venezuela alone, for them to sort out the problems on their own, they're not taking into account that there's a very deliberate campaign against the government. They're not taking that into account. So,
well, some are, but it's just like they feel like they're in a weird position.
Yeah.
Especially when not much has been given out in terms of what's happening in Venezuela. But I just don't like what's been happening over there recently. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know. I get very frustrated with people who kind of sit on the fence. If you know what I'm talking about. And they'll say, oh, well, we shouldn't be involved in regime change. But they don't dismiss all the smears of the Maduro government. They won't take that stand. I don't know.
Yeah.
So they sort of pay lip to me. They sort of pay lip service to being against regime change, but they don't really come out and say that the problems are not because of Maduro's government. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen, to be honest, I haven't seen much of that either. It's just too half-hearted, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess the least that people should do is just say that they should not be supporting a puppet president.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, that's the very least.
Exactly.
Least. Yeah. It's exhausting. It gets very complicated when you try. Yeah, when you try to argue with people, it gets exhausting and they just wear you down. I had some guy yesterday wearing me down and just kept saying, all he would repeat was, he just kept saying, socialism has always failed. That's all he said.
There's some nice words I'd like to say to him about
and then he laughed at me. He laughed at me when I said Reagan was a neoliberal. They don't understand the word. They think he thought I was saying Reagan was a liberal, and he didn't. Honestly, there are a lot of people get really confused with these liberal. Liberal has been smeared. I had a discussion with someone about the word liberal. The left has been smeared, but the word liberal, if you look it up, a liberal supported civil liberties and in the U.S. the Bill of Rights, and did believe in free market, but did not believe in privatization of government.
Exactly.
That's a liberal. That's a liberal. A liberal was supposed to be open-minded. A liberal was supposed to be simply open-minded and did believe in free market, but not this free market on steroids where you want to privatize government and all that. That's a liberal, but we've forgotten what a liberal is. So liberals now, people now think that a liberal wants to censor wrongthink. No.
That is way too far off the charts in terms of no. That's just wrong on so many levels.
And then it's really funny how people don't understand the word liberal. I'm neoliberal. Yeah. And they think that liberal and neoliberal is the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Neoliberalism is just literally savage capitalism.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly.
It's basically the modification of liberal beliefs to suit for interests.
Yes.
Because that's what I wrote an article on. But people won't understand that.
Yeah, and then conservative and neoconservatives. So the original neoconservatives were actually Democrats, and what Scott is referred to as Scoop Jackson Democrats in the 1960s. So the original neoconservatives were Democrats who I guess wanted to be more like Republicans and be more hawkish. Yeah, they were Republican wannabes, I think. Yeah, that's what a neoconservative. So now both the Republicans and Democrats are neoconservatives. They're both war hawks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very confusing. That's why I was even thinking about doing a video and just like what all these things are for dummies. You know, I know, because my husband is actually, because he used to teach. He was a sociology professor, and he said, "Yeah, you have to spell these things out very simply for people."
Yeah. A little education could be needed here.
Yeah, pretty basic. Yeah, actually, I never liked the term neoliberal. Was really used more in academic circles, and that's why people still don't understand it. It's used more now, but it is, in a way, it's becoming, because neoliberalism is becoming more common as an economic policy. So that's why people really should know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, because around 2000s, you don't hear that term a lot. You always hear it by its euphemisms and its traits like free market economies and capitalism and stuff like that. But you don't hear a lot about that term except in Latin American countries, because they've experienced that before firsthand.
Yeah, I think that's where they first started. Imposing it in Chile, I guess.
That's like the punching bag for neoliberalism.
Oh yeah, Latin America. Oh yeah, because that's in America's backyard. So that's why they got screwed, or they've been screwed. So the very few countries in Latin America who are actually supporting Maduro.
Yeah, I've seen the charts and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's just Bolivia and Nicaragua and Cuba.
They're down this side. Some of them apparently want a dialogue.
Like Mexico is backing up Maduro, but they're talking for like negotiations. I think Mexico.
The negotiations. Yeah. How that will translate, I don't know.
I know. Yes.
But in the Occidental countries, they're supporting the unelected government, so to speak.
I really enjoy how people call Maduro a dictator. Someone who's
I
know. And then they're saying they'll say socialists support dictators. I'm going, oh really? Oh, God. I'd say, well, what the heck was going on in Argentina?
That's just cartoonish, really.
What about Augusto Pinochet in Chile? And I'll talk about the military junta in Argentina. Aren't those dudes? God.
So that's why I'm concerned for what's happening in Venezuela.
Yeah.
Because if Maduro gets demonized and he literally gets overthrown, what's going to happen a few years down the line? If history is anything to go by, I think we should be concerned about what's going to happen down there.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing about all of these situations. Look at Venezuela and look at the Palestinians in Gaza.
Yeah.
And that's how people in the U.S. are going to be treated, and that's how people in the U.K. are going to be treated. You know,
the way things are going, yeah.
And that's why Marzieh Hashemi's case is very concerning, because I tweeted about this. She said if her son had not been with her, no one would know what happened.
That's the sad reality.
Yeah, that's scary. And so anybody, if she could be picked up like that, anybody could. And who knows, maybe people are and we just don't know. It's just because of her position, you know, as a journalist with Press TV. And so she had enough of a profile that people became concerned and said something. But we should all be concerned about that case. Anybody could disappear like that.
That's true. Anybody could be disappeared like that. And anybody could be censored that way as well.
Yeah. So this is not like, I'm concerned. It's very troubling that women's groups and even a lot of Muslim groups are not saying anything, in the U.S. anyway, are not saying anything.
It's literally, sorry to talk over you, but it's literally radio silence.
Yeah. So, yeah, all of these, and then the yellow vests, you know, you're not really hearing enough about how the police are just being really brutal. And they are deliberately shooting like grenades and things at the yellow vests and taking out their eyes. Yeah, people are losing their eyes from injuries, and they're just, what is a woman, you know, they're just beating a woman on the back of the head and dragging her off and things. Really, it's like something you would have seen. It is very much like something you would have seen in Chile or in Argentina.
You expect that.
In a military dictatorship. That's what's going on. You're seeing.
Not in the first. You don't expect that in a first world country whatsoever. That's really pretty crappy, to be honest with you.
And these are peaceful protesters. They're not being violent like you know, the protesters, supposed protesters in Venezuela are being very violent, setting people on fire who support. Yeah.
That's just crazy. I don't even know what to say to that, to be honest with you. Because if that was a family member or something, I would be disgusted.
Yeah. It's just, it is disgusting, the violence that the police the police in Venezuela are trying to stop the violence.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing there, because it's a regime change operation, destabilization operation.
Venezuelans are suspecting that as well. And then you have Russia calling the US out for that.
Yeah. And Russia's always been so demonized in the U.S. I mean, that goes back to the Russian Revolution. Yeah, if not earlier. It's always been demonized.
Yeah.
But if you say these things, they think, oh, yeah, there was a guy yesterday on Twitter laughing at me and said, yeah, the CIA is bad. You know, he was saying it was like a conspiracy theory. Yeah, the CIA is bad. And I'm going, yeah, they're bad.
Yeah.
But they just ignore facts. God, that's just very frustrating. Well, I give myself credit for changing my views so rapidly. I don't see things at all. I question everything. Yeah. But not everybody is there. I guess you have to be patient with people. I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
But I have no patience. So fuck that.
Sometimes the views and the things people come up with at times just makes you really angry.
Yeah.
You'll be like, forget this. Let him learn on his own.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But what's funny, sometimes when I get into a heated argument with someone online, then suddenly, that doesn't happen very often, but sometimes someone will say, you know, actually, I do see some things the way you're seeing them. So there was a guy on Twitter that I got into a heated argument over Venezuela, and it was weird. I think he might have been testing me. So because I was very persistent in arguing with him, in the end, he said, yeah, we do. It was weird. He suddenly changed his tune and said, yeah, we do see some things in the same way. That was weird, but that was good. Yeah. That surprised me.
That would surprise me as well.
Yeah, but sometimes that happens. And another thing that's interesting, that will often happen to me when I'm arguing with someone on the right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've had that experience. I often have more frustrations with people supposedly on the left than on the right.
I've noticed that from time to time.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I really get into arguments now, because most of the time it's not. I wouldn't say it's not worth it, but sometimes some people are just literally there to push your buttons.
Yeah.
So you can't entirely trust them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if anyone does approach me, I'll be willing to converse with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'd best to be as patient as possible.
Yeah,
stop.
I think you're in a way more patient than I am, but when you're very creative in your language, and that's the potty mouth. That's what I enjoy.
That's creative there.
I don't know. Once you were talking about, I don't pay it. Sometimes you're in an exchange with someone else on Twitter, and I'll just glance at what you're saying. I'm going, what was that? Something. Once you were talking about washing penises, and I'm going, what?
Yeah.
What was that?
There's a big going around with regards to Jordan Peterson saying that apparently.
He said that?
I think Jordan Peterson said that, or someone was actually mocking him.
Oh, really?
They think, well, and rightly so, but they think that he's a bit too pretentious, a bit of a fake.
Oh, yeah, very fake.
So they're just kind of poking fun at him.
Yeah, he's a conservative. It's interesting. There are a lot of these prominent right-wing conservative alt media figures are actually in Canada. Jordan Peterson and Stefan Molyneux, and I forget. There's a Rebel Media, a woman, and I get the mix. Lauren Southern, she's from this area where I live. Yeah.
Faith Goldie.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with it. I know the name, but I don't know. But it's interesting. A disproportionate number of these alt media figures on the right are in Canada.
Yeah,
and
surprising.
Yeah, Dan Dix of Press for Truth, which I call it prostitute for something, prostitute for money, prostitute for money. Dan Dix, he's a buddy of James Corbett, another Canadian, and he lives in Japan. And he is on the right, I would say. He's libertarian.
Oh God!
Yeah, and I used to watch James Corbett a lot, but I think he is kind of a limited hangout. So he pushes a lot of libertarian or free market bullshit I can't handle anymore. You know, I don't trust him. He's done some good stuff, but I can't watch him anymore, or I'll watch a little bit. I get
this is pretty much at times.
So I don't know. Actually, I tell you the truth, I don't really watch that many channels consistently. You know, you have to be very selective in what you're watching on YouTube anyway. But I will say the only channel I watch religiously is Scott's. That's the truth.
I'll have to put my hand up to that.
Yeah, you too? You too? Yeah. Yeah.
There's a few others as well, but I mean, watching Scott's channels quite a lot.
Yeah, I don't miss any of his videos.
I post.
And I do find I have to kind of disagree sometimes a little bit. But I have to do it in a very polite way. I respect his views, and he's got a different perspective. But sometimes I might not agree completely.
Yeah, you can't always agree with everyone on a one-to-one show.
But
you're just not possible. But
yeah, he's probably, well, he helped me, after all, he helped me start my channel. So.
Yeah.
And he came up with the name. So, I have to give him that. Yeah, and so he tries to promote my channel or help it. You know, he helps me. But yeah, that's good. So he's very generous in that way. He tries to encourage people, even people who don't really always agree with him or aren't really exactly of the same ideological bent or whatever. Yeah. And that's why he has people on the right who watch him, who respect his views. They might not agree with him, but they know he's authentic. And actually, I get some people on the right who they like my channel, even though I don't say everything that they agree with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And that's a good thing in a way, because at least you know that there's other people listening who don't actually agree with your views, but may actually take them on board later on.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. So
in a way, that's good.
Yeah, it's good. And so, Scott's not doing it for the money, although he needs help. And and I don't ask for money at all, and I'm not doing it for money. I'm fine. And so that's the way it's, well, I understand that people have to do it for a living, but sometimes it can kind of influence what you're saying.
It can do.
Yeah.
So
unfortunately.
So you gotta keep your integrity in check when you do that.
Yeah. So people sometimes they will self-censor or frame their views in a certain way to appeal to an audience. So that's a problem.
Yeah. That's where things can get a little problematic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm really good at pissing people off. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you really are.
And just today, someone was commenting on a video, and they liked what I was saying, but then they said something that I don't agree with. So I did reply, and I disagreed with them. And I thought, and I noticed I got a new subscriber. And then I thought, well, maybe it's that person who commented. And maybe by disagreeing with them, they might get pissed off at me and then unsubscribe. But that's what I do. I don't, I haven't been really diligent in putting out videos, especially after traveling. But, so my growth is very slow because I piss off so many people.
Yeah, see that. Wow, just talking, but not too far.
So that's okay. Anyway, and the problem is I'm not really good at, Scott can just do research really quick, I think, and let's jump on and do a video. And I'm not like that. I have to kind of think about things, and I'm, it's harder. People don't realize how hard that is to do videos. Yeah.
Or any piece of media for that matter. Because when I actually do research for a new article, I have like 50 or 60 tabs open.
Yeah.
I have to read the article 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And try and rephrase it, or at least write the article in such a way that other people understand. Mm-hmm. They end up getting confused. Like, okay, which tab was I browsing on? Mm-hmm. They just end up getting confused in the process because you don't know what you're supposed to be writing half the time, even if you do have a plan of sorts.
Yeah. Yeah, writing, like, I've done a lot of writing, and I need to do some writing, but writing is very hard. And trying to get your ideas down clearly. And so it's the same way when you're doing a video, but even harder because, I freeze up on camera all the time. And I have to do retakes, and sometimes there are tech problems. Yeah, I've had to redo videos several times sometimes. Or, I don't know. There's always something.
Yeah. And with videos... Videos are much worse in a way because if you mess it up, you have to do it all over again, and you don't even know what you've said half the time. It's like you've lost half the things that you said. With writing, is if your articles get corrupted and you have backups, at least you can revert to that. The videos is like, oh, love again. Or it could be smacking the mouse.
Yeah, I mean, Scott's talked about that, but yeah, I commiserate with him there. And, when you redo a video, you can't remember what you said or what, you just don't know. Yeah, and I freeze up all the time. It's not natural for me, at least. It's not natural talking to a computer screen or to a camera. It's not natural at all.
It just feels weird.
Yeah.
Camera shy usually.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
I on camera at all.
Yeah. I don't really like being on camera. I get self-conscious because, people are just like watching you like a hawk.
Who's this person?
Oh, that's like that video that jerk asshole made about me where he was always mocking the way I talk. Well, excuse me. I'm here to entertain you. I'm not here to entertain you. God. I mean, I don't have any background in public speaking at all, other than doing some teaching. But God, I'm not, and I don't claim to be great on camera or talking. I've never made that claim. And people, I don't know, they still like to trash the way and call me granny or, make fun of my age. Well, that's not relevant. How old I am, is it?
That's just some insult you expect in kindergarten and some shit, man.
Well, I just say, I guess you don't think you're ever going to get older, but I say you're lucky if you're able to get older. You're lucky to survive to my age.
Yeah.
Anyway. So it's always very refreshing that you're always very supportive. You back me up when someone attacks my age.
Yeah. Some people can be really stupid.
No, it's so dumb.
If I could just slap some of these silly people.
Well, I think you do a pretty good job verbally slapping people.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Anyway, I don't know. Shall we wrap this up? Is there anything? Oh, I'll just ask you. I always ask, is there anything else you want to talk about? I know you're a techie, and you build PCs. Is that right, or do I have that right?
Pardon? Yeah, well, I tend to dabble in PCs and stuff like that from time to time.
Yeah.
But even then, that can be quite a hard thing as well.
Well, yeah, I imagine.
The timing and all that is just really messy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
I don't have time to myself, if you know what I mean.
You don't have what to yourself?
Much time to myself, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because you live with family. Is it an extended family, maybe?
Yeah, I'm an uncle of so many kids.
Yeah. I think that's pretty common in South Asian families. Family they all live together.
For the most part.
Yeah, Yeah, because I live in an area where there are a lot of South Asians. So what they do is they're building these huge houses in this area.
Yeah.
For extended families to live in. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then, so you're a techie. So are you self-taught or did you?
Self-taught. Self-taught.
Yeah. Okay. And how's the weather there today?
Rainy, cold.
Rainy? Oh,
it was snowing like 2 days ago.
It was?
It's literally, it's snowing like literally 1 or 2 days ago.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So I had to double check the weather.
Yeah.
But today's pretty drab and rainy.
Yeah. Oh, I remember. Okay, another thing you told me is that as far as traveling, so you've been to Saudi Arabia for the Hajj, and you've been to Bangladesh because you have your family, relatives there.
Yeah.
And that's it, apart from living in Kenya.
So, yeah.
So you've been to Bangladesh how many times, do you think?
3 times.
3, okay.
thereabouts. I can't remember how many times exactly, but it's around that.
And what do you have to say about Bangladesh? If anything,
it's okay. Like I said, I get homesick, and after 2-3 weeks, it becomes a little bit more difficult for me to stay abroad.
I have to learn about Bangladeshi politics now because I told you I made a friend in Florida who's from Bangladesh, and she was asking my opinion of Bangladeshi politics, and I said, I don't know anything about it other than all the sweatshops, the clothing sweatshops there. And,
you don't hear much about Bangladeshi politics.
No, I have to look into that because she had very strong feelings about it.
You probably hear one or two things, but it's mainly Bangladeshi media you hear about Bangladeshi politics. And sometimes, even I don't know a lot about it because of that, because I don't watch Bangladeshi TV shows or news channels for that matter.
Yeah.
So there are times where I'm a bit out of the loop, so to speak, in that regard.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, I was out of the loop, really. I wasn't following U.S. politics for a long time, living in Canada. So it was 2016 when I started paying attention more, really.
Yeah,
so that's natural when you're living somewhere and you're not really paying attention. You're just busy with your life and you're not really paying attention.
Yeah, and just get sidetracked with real life duties, so to speak.
Yeah, real life, absolutely. Okay, so anything else we should talk about?
Not much from my side. Is there anything else you want to say?
I don't know. It's been I'm really happy that this is what's interesting. I've met people, become acquainted with people online, and I really like them. And then when we haven't met in person, I will say, but this is the next best thing. So,
it is.
But I have not been disappointed, so I've met people in person that I've become acquainted with online, and it's always been a pleasant surprise. And it's even better than knowing them online. I will say that.
It is.
Yes.
At least you get to know them in real life and know how they are.
Yeah.
Just what to do outside the internet.
Yeah, because in the flesh, they're real people.
They are.
Yeah.
Just not like a persona that you meet online.
Yeah. And actually, when you meet the person in person, they look very different than on camera. Is another thing that is really strange. Yeah. The camera really distorts things, I think.
Yeah.
And
it does.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't really see images that really reflect the person. Or very rarely. Yeah.
Could be.
That's a tech problem you'll have to solve. Get on that. Get on that.
It is that.
Okay, Haji. Abdul, and your full name is Abdul Hussain. That's another thing that surprised me. I thought it was a pseudonym for such a long time. I thought you were really hiding your identity. Oh, I have to laugh about.
No,
oh, wait a minute. I gotta show. Hang on. Oh yeah. So I gotta ask about the Japanese anime, the images that you like so much. I'm showing them. Like, what's with that? What is with that?
I just like the art style, to be honest with you. I don't watch a lot of anime.
Yeah, but what is with this?
I do like the art style. That's why I'm attracted to those images.
Yeah, I was teasing you. I said, "Oh, you might." Oh, and then you would have. I don't know if they were real images of. I'm trying to get. I don't know why I'm wandering off camera here. I was trying to figure out why you had these like images of East Asian girls, and I thought this guy is really into East Asian chicks or something. And you said that actually you've had guys thinking you're a chick, and they flirt with you online. Didn't you tell me that?
So yes.
And then Scott was not sure of your gender too, I think, for a long time. That's funny. That's funny. So, I don't know. It's interesting that you prefer to use a female image as your profile picture. I don't know what to say about that. Well, that's interesting. Is that you're getting in touch with your feminine side?
There's always a feminine side to that. You just don't see that all the time.
No. Okay, I think that's a good note to wrap things up on. So,
yeah, I suppose.
So, actually, this is the first time I've seen you. Yeah, or heard you.
Yeah.
And I told Scott, I'm really anxious to see what he looks like and how he sounds. And I think Scott is too. So,
yeah.
So anyway, we've broken the ice here. And
yeah.
Your mask has been removed.
Yeah. The man behind on the top.
You're a target now. Okay. Well, that was really fun talking to you, Abdul Hussain. So I would encourage everybody to follow you on Twitter. I will put the links in the show notes to your Twitter, your Facebook page, your WordPress site, and even your game channel on YouTube. How about that?
Okay.
That's pretty good.
That's fine.
Okay. Thanks again, Abdul Hussain Haji.
Thanks, Barbara.
Okay, so you have a nice night. So it's what time now? Oh, it's late. It's late. Huh?
11:35.
Yeah, 11:30 there. What? But you seem to be up late. Yeah, it's 3:30 here. 3:30ish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really late here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll let you go and get some rest, get some sleep, and I will be in touch on Twitter as always. So
as usual. Unless you play the role of troll queen once again.
Yes, I am the troll queen, but I did not call myself that. That asshole, said, see, she admits she's a troll. Somebody called me that because I said I don't use that person to describe that name to describe people myself, troll.
Yeah.
But somebody did call me the troll queen, so that's why I said that I'm the troll queen.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a nickname you've come to embrace now.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
It's a part of your brand, so to speak.
I'm a bitch online. You can even say the C word if you want.
No, I'm not going to say it.
No, but deep down you're a gentleman with a potty mouth.
Yeah, you could say that. I'll be naughty when I want to be naughty.
Yeah. Okay, Abdul. Or Haji. I'll let you go. It was fun. So thanks again for doing this. I know it was, you were nervous about it. It's always hard the first time. Everything's hard the first time.
Thank you for, thank you for this.
Yeah.
That's what I can say.
That's okay. Well, I'll let you go now. So thanks everybody for listening and watching, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye. Hang on.
Bye.